morning, crew. It's Saturday, what is it? It's Saturday, March 7th. This week has been kind of interesting. Well, interesting to me, probably boring to everyone else. On Monday, I had volleyball, which was fun. First time I played this year, and I'm the only Soyapo on my team again, with a bunch of Indians. And it's actually really fun because they're really competitive, but they're also really funny, and they don't get uptight. Like we won, but we had 3 really close games, and they would just goof off, and we'd lose points because they were goofing off, and they were laughing, and then they'd get serious, and we'd win some points. So it was kind of funny. It was fun. We had a good time. And on Tuesday, I went and played soccer with the high school boys, and I actually took a little video with my cell phone. We had to, usually we play, there's a lower gym and there's an upper area up behind the bleachers, and we play in both those areas. We have 2 games going on, but some basketball team from out of town was here, and they'd,
Sorry, I interrupted.
Some basketball team was in from out of town, and the school had told them they could use the upper area. So we had to separate into 4 teams and take turns playing. So I took some video of some of the kids playing when I wasn't playing, and I'll cut that in here. Finish it. There you go. Okay. So that was the first 2 days of the fast, which was kind of weird because I'd get home and I'd eat, and had drunk. I would have drunk. I would have drunken. I would have been drunken. I drank a lot of water before I went to play soccer, and so my stomach, or volleyball, and so I didn't, you don't feel great. Okay, we can stop having this conversation now.
Well, it's actually funny because I'm reading a website right now about grammar and word usage, so.
Such is life with my daughter, reading websites at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday about grammar and word usage. Go figure. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't feel great physically for like either volleyball or soccer, but I had a good time. It's hard to exercise after not having eaten or drunk anything all day, and then eating and drinking and then going and exercising right away. So on Wednesday I went and we had a meeting of the Pendleton Youth Soccer Association, and I got snookered into becoming president. And I said interim at the time, but it was really funny because we're there, and the old president who was ready to leave wouldn't let the meeting continue until they got somebody to replace him. And so eventually I said, okay, I'll do it if it's only interim. And, and at our next meeting we can then deal with the president issue, because we were trying to deal with spring soccer, which is fast approaching. And so everyone was like, okay. And so they made me president, and then everybody looked at me like I was really the president. And it's like, to me it was just this sort of formality before we'd moved on, and I hadn't been to any of these meetings before, so it was, clearly a sucker. So yeah, I've got that, and hopefully it's not going to be too much work, right, Sarah? Just like the Children's Museum. So
if you don't have a building.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. But we've been fasting. The fast has been going pretty well, and just thought I should put up a video. So I hope you're doing well. I'll look and see if the last time I checked the schedule and the opportunity to buy tickets for the Chicago soccer match, they didn't have anything. I'll go back and look again. I hope your quest to figure out how we're going to do this is working. actually, my preference at this point would be to fly in someplace close to where you're living and drive down with you, because that'd be a lot more fun than flying in and just meeting you in Chicago. But I'll see what I can do with Alaska Airlines, which is what my voucher's for. The
I would rent a car and drive up.
I could what?
Rent a car and drive up.
I could rent a car and drive up. My wife spending money like water. Woohoo! There was one other thing I was gonna. Oh, I know, it was about soccer as well. There's this guy from Honduras named Cesar who I coached his son several years ago. He's got a younger son that he coaches now, and he's got a daughter, and so I see him at soccer all the time, and he's a cool guy. But he plays in this Hispanic league that plays from March until October around here. And last fall, when I saw him playing, I asked him if they might need a player, and he was at the PYSA meeting, and he said, I'm going to call you about playing. So I may be playing in an adult league, actually, for the first time in years, which would be really cool. And they play full 11 on 11, and they're all Hispanic teams. I don't know. Every time I've watched them, they do everything in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, so it would be really cool. It would be fun to play. So that's everything I got. I don't know how long that was. Probably more than 5 minutes. But I got a new piece of conversion software, so I think my videos can be longer than 5 minutes now.
Yep.
Although I